When did life leave the oceans of this planet and come onto the land? And also, which landmass they came onto? That's a bit of a difficult one, but I shall try my best. First we hydrate, then we educate. For you see, sometime in the 1950s, it was surmised that all life on this planet started in the oceans, because it was a carbon-rich multitude of chemicals, and it was a primordial soup, or ooze, or whatever you want to call it. It was a perfect breeding ground for life as we know it. Now, about 3.2 to 3.5 billion years ago is when life began, but this is like single-celled organisms, like basic amoebas and stuff like that. But you want to talk about, you know, bipedal salamanders, birds, they all came from the ocean, but when? As to when these sea-dwelling creatures developed lungs to breathe oxygen and feet to walk on the land, we believe that happened about 400 million years ago, because we have evidence in the fossil record. Pteropods. According to the fossil record, this little dude behind me, known as a pteropod, was the first land-dwelling animal. It was a vertebrate, so it had an internal skeleton. It had lungs that could process the external air outside of water, and it had, you know, feet to walk on land. But as for the geological location, where the first pteropod made landfall and just went, you know what? I prefer out here. I don't want to go back to the ocean, I want to stay on land. But pertaining to that, not a bloody clue. Like, literally, there's a lot of coastline on Earth, so it could have literally happened anywhere. Plus, also, 400 million years ago, Earth looked considerably different, because all the continents were in one gigantic mass, known as Pangaea. We don't know. So, to sum up, land-dwelling creatures started around 400 million years ago with the pteropod. There could have been an older species, maybe a different kind of creature came from the ocean before the pteropod, but we haven't found anything in the fossil record yet. But as to where that made landfall, no idea. Like, Pangaea was a huge supercontinent. The entire world was in one massive clump, and the rest of the planet was just ocean, so anywhere.